Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. We're talking to you today about the topic or about a social disorder called sociopath. And we want to break down the effects that a sociopath can have on society or on an individual. And we also want to get into some definitions. We want to talk about what tools that a sociopath uses to keep you or to keep themselves feeling as though they have power over you. And a sociopath, once they feel as though they have power over you, they'll keep pushing you into the ground until there's nothing left of you but a rotten corpse. And you will stink through the nostrils all the way up to the heavens. Believe me. Now, sociopath, and scholars say the only way to defeat a sociopath is to not give in to them and to not let them feel as though they have a certain degree of power against you, because they thrive on power over individuals. That's why in Houston, in East Texas, Houston, you had an individual. He was biracial man. Bought a house over in near San Jacinto area in East Houston, and someone burned set his vehicle on fire, SUV on fire, and wrote on his house, "Get out, nigga." Now, only a sociopath would come up, or a thief would come up to someone's home in the dark without identifying themselves, to take the time to write racial slurs on his house, and then go to the extent of setting his vehicle on fire. Because mind you, in America, one drop is all it takes. Now, but over 460 odd years of being under the, I'd say, tutelage or guide, or under the oppression of America, or under the system of injustice, or the system of America, over 461 years, we've been dealing with, and now we know what we're dealing with, and we're dealing with sociopaths. Not all, but those who go to the extreme length of keeping the slave narrative alive is a sociopath. Now, what tool does the sociopath use? The sociopath uses the New Testament, because he knows that they beat that Christianity into the minds of black people to the degree that we won't resist their sociopathic behavior. Because by definition, the only way to defeat a sociopath is to resist them. Well, how are you going to resist the sociopath if you turn the other cheek and give him the other cheek? He doesn't see that as an act of kindness. He sees that as an act of weakness. He sees that as the green light to hit you again. So when you get time, I want you all to Google a sociopath. And look at ways of dealing with a sociopath. And look at the actions of a sociopath. The action that a sociopath takes upon another person. And you'll say, yeah, these are sociopaths. Only a sociopath will burn a cross in someone's yard. Only a sociopath would dislike another human being because of the color of their skin. Only a sociopath would not educate or keep someone from being educated to fit their own need or purpose, such as not allowing individuals the right to read or write. And some say, well, that happened generations ago. And I tell them that the effect of it is still upon us till this very day. So, because the root bears fruit, whether it's going to bear poisonous fruit or a delicious fruit. But the root of it shapes the direction of what it's going to produce in the future. So dealing with sociopaths, once again, it tells you to resist them. It doesn't tell you to integrate. It doesn't tell you to hold hands and sing kumbaya. It says resist them. And what does the Quran say? Resist the devil and he will flee from you. So resist the sociopath. Resist the Santa Claus. Because the reason being is you are a unwilling participant into their problem of sociopathic behavior. You are feeding the fuel that keeps them going when you surrender. Or when you make statements such as, I'll just keep my head down and hope they don't see me and try to do the best I can and hope I don't upset them in any kind of way. But no, you're actually hurting the sociopath, because when you resist the sociopath, then they understand or they know or they have to deal with a reality that there's no power in your sociopathic behavior. So spread this out. Like and share. Move it forward. I mean, this is something that has to be discussed. And now that we have a label for that type of action, then we can partake in what can be done, or what medicines or what tools can be used to break that cycle. Now, me personally, everything that I've read dealing with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has the healing medicine within its wings, which is also taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan today, Brother Farrakhan. So, if you want to armor up or energize up or power on, then look into those teachings, and those teachings are designed for you to be upright and to resist the sociopath. Just instinctively. You don't give the sociopath power over you. They say, well, what should the brother have done in San Jacinto area, East Houston, where they burnt his car up and wrote the nigga go home? You resist it. Once you find out, because they're prosecuting this as a hate crime, so they're investigating. FBI doing work finding out, and they'll find out. Now, when they find out who it was that did it, then he has to go in there and prosecute. He has to press charges. He can't say, maybe they learned their lesson and be scared and let them off. Now, what I would do personally, I'd say, okay, Judge, you put my life in danger, blowing up my vehicle, writing racial slurs upon my house that I stay in to make me feel uncomfortable, just throw the book at it. And then I would research where his mother stayed or his whatever family he has, and at nighttime I would ride by their house and say, caveman, go back to Europe, and burn up his vehicle, or I burn a black power fist in his yard. That's how you resist the sociopath. That way that message can ring, that message can ring loud, that no one's gonna take that anymore. Because if you look on social media, people saying, wait a minute, something is not up with this Bible. There's some lies in here, something. Who wrote it? And they're saying, and what purpose was it written for? They saying, a lot of people are saying something's not right. You want me to turn the other cheek to a man that's not worthy, to who didn't have the God decency to give people the right to knowledge and the right to read and the right to the written word, that would deny a person that right? And you saying he's worthy to turn the other cheek? You saying that we should integrate with those who shows the tendencies of a sociopath by their actions, not by because I say so, no, by the actual act or their actual actions by what they've done. Only sociopathic people can look at a Black Wall Street and say they're thriving, doing too well, we got to drop bombs on them. That's sociopath. Only a sociopath could take a man and tie his arms to a horse and tie the other arm to another horse, hit the horse till they run in the opposite directions and pull the man apart. That's sociopathic behavior. And when you sing the Negro spirituals and the Kumbaya moments and, one day we'll come together and so, only thing you are doing is emboldening the sociopath. That's not helping. When you march and you say, please accept us as your own, treat us as your equal, you only emboldening the sociopath. You're not helping the situation. And any pastor that would tell you to do anything like that is not a friend. All he's doing is creating another situation for your children to go through the same thing. You have to go to another type of teaching that would teach you how to deal with a sociopath. And once again, like I've said, that comes through the teaching of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And Brother Farrakhan is delivering that message to us today on what to do and how to live and how to get the sociopath off your back. It's painful to see all the injustice in the courts, the police brutality, it got so bad to where we had to say Black lives do matter. But to a sociopath, how much is that getting over? Because by his own scholars, he's telling you what to do. He's saying resist the sociopath. That's what he's telling you. Resist the sociopath. This Verbal Pig Radio. And we out.